Hello, my name is Liza, and today I'd like to share with you how I created my Christmas ornament hanger. This was my original inspiration, but of course I had to make it my version because DollarTree is way better than spending $59 or however much this cost. So anyway, what you're going to need from DollarTree is one of the blank paint it yourself large ornaments, a gift bag. Funny thing about this gift bag, after I brought it home, I saw the designer post on her page that she has new bags out, and guess what? The designer is Jennifer Pugh, the same one who does the very popular farmers market calendar. Thought that was a nice little side note there. You'll also need some Mod Podge. You're going to need some two-sided tape, and I also use some of the Pop Dot adhesives. And a project wouldn't be mine if I didn't use some aluminum foil. Optionally, you can use a crimper, and I did use a brayer. And I chose two picks, Christmas picks from DollarTree. You'll need something to make a hole in your top, so I used a die in my Big Shot, and you'll need something to cut a straight line, and some ribbon, and some floral tape, or you could use wire too if you like. The first thing I did was take the label off. Don't bother taking the sticker off because there's another sticker underneath. How silly is that? Talk about wasting time. Open up the bag as fully as you can, and then have your assistant check to make sure all is well. Then I took my ornament and I traced it on the back side of the gift bag, and I actually did that twice. I didn't want a gold wording, so I had a silver paint pen, and I just painted in the words on the one side. The other side is actually still white, so I just left that, excuse me. So here you can see I cut out both pieces. Now, because it was a gift bag, there are some tiny holes, and I just cut a part of a scrap piece of gift bag, and a little square, and from the reverse side, I just glued it to the back, and now you'll never know that there were two holes there. Well, actually four, because it's the other side too. Don't pay any attention to that. My ornament is painted black because I changed direction, but just throw on some Mod Podge, and then add your gift bag shapes to the front and to the back. Be very, very careful when you're smoothing out if you're wearing jewelry, because the paint marker actually, I did scratch it with my ring, but once it was all on and dry, I just took my paint marker and tried to fill it in as best as I could. I don't think it takes away too much. Next, because I didn't cut it out perfectly, I just took a piece of sandpaper and I sanded along the edges so that it was all even. I took one piece of aluminum foil, and to get the creases out, I used my brayer, and I got it nice and smooth. And then I folded it in half lengthwise, and I ran a few pieces of the two-sided tape along one side, folded it over, and I glued the two pieces together. And then I cut strips that were 2 pieces of adhesive wide, and I just placed them along the edging of my ornament, and I ended up using about 2.5 of those strips, and I was brayering as I went along. It's not going to be perfect. It is aluminum foil, but from a distance it looks pretty nice. And then I wanted to build up my ornament hanger, so I used some cereal box or cracker box chipboard, and I cut 2 pieces. The measurements are there. And then I used some more of the two-sided DollarTree tape, which I really do love, and I just adhered my front and back of each piece of cardboard to the aluminum foil, and then I just trimmed it, and then I put it through my crimper, and after I went through my crimper, I cut 2 holes with an oval die, so I had something to string my ribbon through later. Again, with the 2-sided tape, I added my ornament piece, and then I added, I flipped it over and I added more 2-sided tape and some pop dots because there is space between them and the pop dots fit perfectly. And I glued both pieces together. Then I made a little faux swag with the 2 picks and some floral tape, and I just taped them up good. And then I cut a piece of the DollarTree red velvet ribbon, and just enough to make a loop, and I hot glued my loop together, but I waited until, of course, didn't hot glue it until it was wrapped around my swag. And then I made a little faux bow just by cutting another piece of ribbon and some hot glue, and I glued it to the top of my faux hanger. So now it looked like it was hanging from a tree branch. Here's my completed project that I made while we were having a hurricane, so it looks very dreary outside. And it is 2-sided, so from the outside you can still see the pretty Joy to the World. Quarantino and I hope that you enjoyed our project. If you did, please leave us a thumbs up, a comment, and as always, if you aren't already subscribing, please consider doing so. Quarantino and I will be back again soon with another project. Thanks for watching. Take care.